Title: Stop these 7 habits if you want better digestion. You wake up to 7 a.m., but instead of feeling rested and ready, there's that familiar heaviness sitting right here in your stomach. You had dinner 6 hours ago. You should feel fine, but you don't. Maybe it's the bloating that showed up halfway through your meal last night and never really left. Maybe it's the acidity that crept up your chest while you were trying to sleep. Maybe it's the fact that no matter what you eat, you always feel heavy, like your body is carrying a burden it can't put down. If this sounds like your life, and honestly, for millions of people it does, I want to ask you something important. What if the problem isn't what you're eating? What if the problem is something you do every single day? Something so normal, so automatic that you don't even notice it anymore. Because here's what I've discovered after years of studying digestive health. Most people blame their food. They cut out spicy food, they drink more water, they try every remedy on the internet, and nothing really changes. That's because they're treating the symptoms. Today, we're going to the root. In the next 12 minutes, you'll learn 7 habits that are silently destroying your digestion every single day. And the last one, number 1, I guarantee is something you do without even thinking about it. Let's go. The big idea. Here's the truth about your digestive system. It is extraordinary. Processes nearly 70 tons of food over your lifetime. It houses more nerve endings than your spinal cord. Some scientists literally call it your second brain. And this second brain has one major requirement. It doesn't ask for much. It simply needs the right conditions to work. It needs food to be eaten properly. It needs timing to be respected. And above all, it needs the body to be relaxed. When those 3 things happen, your digestion hums along beautifully. Energy is high. The stomach is calm. Bowel movements are regular. Life is good. But certain daily habits, small, invisible, totally normal-seeming habits, knock those 3 pillars down one by one. So today, we're pulling back the curtain. 7 habits, ranked from least to most damaging. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to change and how little effort it actually takes. Starting with number 7. Habit number 7, eating too fast. Think about the last meal you ate. How long did it take? 5 minutes? 3 minutes? Did you even sit down? We live in a world that rewards speed. Quick lunches, eating while walking, finishing dinner before the next episode loads. And somewhere along the way, we forgot something fundamental about how the human body actually works. Digestion doesn't begin in your stomach. It begins in your mouth. Your saliva contains powerful enzymes, amylase, lipase, that begin breaking food down the moment it touches your tongue. When you chew properly, you're not just grinding food into smaller pieces. You're activating a whole cascade of chemical signals that prepare your stomach, your intestines, your entire digestive tract to receive what's coming. But when you eat fast, you swallow large, rough chunks of food. The enzymes don't get to do their work. The stomach, which was expecting a manageable stream of pre-processed material, gets a sudden flood. It struggles to keep up. Acid production spikes. Food sits there, fermenting rather than being processed cleanly. Bloating, yes, that uncomfortable fullness. This is where a lot of it begins. The fix sounds almost too simple. Slow down. Put the fork down between bites. Chew until the food is smooth. Aim for at least 20 minutes per meal, because that's how long it takes for your brain to register that you're full. You don't need a new diet. Sometimes you just need to eat like a human being again. But the next habit? Most people do this immediately after eating, thinking it's helping them. Habit number 6, collapsing after meals. Dinner is done. You lean back on the sofa, phone in hand. You feel the food sitting in your stomach, and you think, I deserve to rest. And look, you do deserve to rest, but not like this. Here's what's happening inside your body in the hour after you eat. Your digestive system is working hard. Blood flow is redirected to your gut. Stomach acid and digestive enzymes are active. And most importantly, there's a series of muscular contractions called peristalsis that are gently pushing food forward through your digestive tract. This movement, it needs your body to be slightly upright to work properly. Gravity is part of the system. When you lie flat or slump deeply on a couch immediately after eating, you're essentially folding up the highway your food needs to travel on. The process slows. Acid can splash back up toward the esophagus. That's your heartburn. Food sits in the stomach longer than it should, beginning to ferment, producing gas. Night after night of this, your digestive system starts to underperform chronically. The solution doesn't require a gym, just a 10 to 15-minute gentle walk after meals. Nothing strenuous, just movement. Even pacing around your home counts. Your digestive organs are muscular, and like all muscles, they respond to movement. This one small change alone has helped people eliminate nighttime acidity that had plagued them for years. Habit number 5. Flooding your stomach with water during meals. You've probably been told your whole life, drink more water. It's good for you. And it is, absolutely. But when and how you drink that water matters enormously. Your stomach, when it's digesting, maintains a very specific acidic environment. That acid isn't the enemy. It's the weapon. It breaks down proteins, kills harmful bacteria, and activates the enzymes that do the heavy lifting of digestion. When you pour large amounts of water into your stomach during a meal, you're diluting that acid. You're essentially weakening your own digestive weapons mid-battle. The food gets processed less efficiently. You may feel full faster, but not because digestion went well, because your stomach is overloaded with liquid. This doesn't mean you should avoid water entirely during meals. Small sips are completely fine and actually help move food along. But large glasses of water or other beverages gulped between bites, that's where the damage happens. A simple rule: drink a good amount of water 30 minutes before a meal to hydrate your digestive tract. Then, during the meal, sip slowly if needed. And resume normal hydration 30 to 45 minutes after finishing. Your digestion will thank you. Now, the next habit is something that affects your digestion before the day even really begins. Habit number 4, eating the wrong first meal. Show a bowl of sugary cereal, a packet of biscuits, white bread toast. The first meal you eat in the morning is more powerful than most people realize. Here's why. Your digestive system has been in rest mode for 7 to 8 hours. Your stomach acid levels are low. Your gut is slowly waking up. What you feed it first essentially sets the digestive tone for the entire day. Now imagine starting that day with refined flour biscuits, sugary cornflakes, or white bread loaded with jam. You've just sent a flood of processed carbohydrates into a digestive system that isn't fully awake yet. Blood sugar spikes immediately, then crashes. Your gut gets sluggish rather than activated. Or worse, skipping breakfast entirely, then compensating with a massive meal later that overwhelms your system all at once. What works? Simple, whole foods. Fresh fruits are extraordinary morning foods. Easy to digest, hydrating, full of natural enzymes. Papaya in particular contains an enzyme called papain that actively helps break down proteins and gently cleanses the gut. A bowl of soaked nuts and seeds alongside fruit gives you lasting energy without burdening digestion. The morning meal doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be gentle on a system that's just waking up. Habit number 3, eating under stress. This is the habit most people never connect to their digestion, and it may be the most powerful one on this list. Your nervous system has 2 modes. There's the fight or flight state, activated when you're stressed, rushed, anxious, or overwhelmed. And there's the rest and digest state, the calm, parasympathetic mode where your body feels safe and can devote resources to recovery, repair, and yes, digestion. The names aren't accidental. Rest and digest literally describes what your body needs to process food properly. When you're stressed, your brain sends a signal. Danger mode activated. Blood flow gets redirected away from your digestive organs, toward your muscles and your heart, in case you need to fight or run. Digestive secretions slow down. The muscular contractions that move food through your gut, they become irregular. Eating in this state is like trying to run a factory while a fire alarm is going off. The systems are in the wrong mode, and so many of us eat every single meal under some form of stress. Eating while answering emails, eating while watching the news, eating in the middle of an argument, eating while racing to get the kids ready. The food is fine. The environment is the problem. Even 60 seconds of conscious breathing before a meal. No phone, no screen, just a moment of quiet, shifts your nervous system enough to dramatically improve how your body processes what you're about to eat. Your gut and your mind are more connected than modern medicine gave them credit for. Feed them both the right environment. Habit number 2, eating late at night. Your body runs on a clock, a biological, deeply ancient internal clock called the circadian rhythm. And every organ in your body, including your digestive system, follows it. During the day, when light is present and you're active, your body produces digestive enzymes generously. Your liver, pancreas, and stomach are primed and ready to work. Digestion is efficient. As night falls, the system begins to wind down. Digestive enzyme production slows. Your metabolism shifts into rest mode. Your gut is preparing for sleep, not for a full meal. And this is exactly when many people eat their biggest meal of the day. A heavy dinner at 9 or 10 p.m. means your digestive system, already winding down, has to work overtime. Can't do the job properly at that hour. Food sits in your stomach longer. Fermentation happens. Acid splashes up. By the time you lie down to sleep, your body is fighting a digestive battle instead of repairing, regenerating, and restoring. Poor sleep, morning heaviness, stubborn weight gain around the midsection, dull skin, low energy in the morning. Many of these trace back to this single habit. The shift is simple. Move your largest meal earlier in the day. Make dinner your lightest meal, and aim to finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before you sleep. Give your body the window it needs to process and transition into rest. Your mornings will feel completely different. And now, the habit that surprised me most. The one almost no one talks about. The deepest form of digestive self-sabotage that nearly every person in modern life is guilty of. Habit number 1, ignoring your body's signals. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You're in a meeting or deep in a work task, or just caught up in the middle of something important, and your body quietly sends you a signal. Hunger, thirst, the urge to use the bathroom, and you think, just 5 more minutes. 5 minutes becomes 30. 30 becomes 2 hours. And eventually, the signal fades. Your body stops asking. This is one of the most underestimated forms of damage we do to our digestive systems. And it happens so automatically that most people don't even realize they're doing it. Your digestive system communicates through signals. Hunger tells your body to prepare digestive enzymes and prime the gut. When you ignore that hunger, eating an hour or 2 late, those enzymes that were ready and waiting begin to break down the stomach lining itself, contributing to acidity and inflammation. Thirst is your body asking for the water it needs to produce digestive juices, soften stool, and keep things moving. Ignored consistently, your gut dries out. Food transit slows, constipation sets in, and the urge to clear your bowels, perhaps the most ignored signal of all. When your colon sends that signal, there is a specific window where the muscles are contracted, ready, and the process will be smooth and effortless. When you suppress that urge repeatedly because you're busy or the timing is inconvenient or you're not home, the colon eventually reabsorbs water from the stool. What was soft becomes hard. The muscles that were trained to respond on cue start losing their reflex, and you end up straining every morning for a process that should take seconds. Over months and years, this pattern weakens the entire gut. The most radical, transformative thing you can do for your digestion might simply be this. When your body speaks, listen. Don't defer. Don't ignore. Trust the system that has been managing your health since the moment you were born. Your body is not getting in your way. It's trying to help you. Let's bring this all together. You don't need a cleanse. You don't need an expensive supplement stack. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. What you've just learned today is that digestion problems, the bloating, the acidity, the heaviness, the constipation, the fatigue after meals, these things are rarely caused by mysterious diseases or broken bodies. They are, in most cases, the accumulated result of small daily habits that most of us never question because we've been doing them forever. Eating too fast, collapsing after meals, flooding the stomach with water during eating, starting the day with processed food, eating under stress, heavy late dinners, and silently overriding every signal your body sends you. 7 habits, most of them invisible, all of them changeable. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to change everything at once. In fact, I'd encourage you to pick just 2 or 3 from this list, the ones that resonate most with your life, and begin there. Here's what I want you to understand before you leave today. Your digestive system is not your enemy. is not failing you. It's doing the absolute best it can with the conditions you're giving it. When you change those conditions, even slightly, the response is often remarkable. People report feeling lighter within days. Acidity that had been there for years suddenly disappears. Energy levels that had been flat for so long they thought it was just aging come back. Because the body doesn't need complicated solutions. It doesn't need you to be a health expert or follow a perfect protocol. It simply needs you to stop doing the things that disturb it. That's not a difficult ask. In fact, it might be the simplest form of healing there is. So starting today, eat a little slower. Take a short walk after dinner. Move your last meal earlier. And the next time your body sends you a signal, listen. The body that has carried you every single day of your life is asking for very little in return. Give it that much. Subscribe prompt. Links to related videos on gut health.